Good afternoon, Bluebirds. I'm Grace with Mr. Feldman delivering your announcements.
Happy birthday to Katie Bushley.
All basketball players should return their washed uniforms to Mr. Lenz's room as soon as possible. Make sure he checks you off the list, so please do not just leave them on his desk. Also, he wants to reiterate to wash your uniforms. The smell of opening some of those bins this summer would make a skunk jealous.
Ooh, nice. Yeah, those things stink. You all have BO. So literally wash them. Like the Febreze commercial, they're talking about you. And if you're not sure who it is, it's probably you. Some people smell. Congratulations to the following students for reading 25 books. Our producer Seth is stunned about 25 books. We're not sure if he can count to 25. No, I'm just teasing. These students will receive a gift card. The students who have earned gift card, I'll try this again, Grace. The students who have earned a gift card at this point in the Winter Reading Challenge are, is it going to the graphic? Okay. Chinuthini Abyssinia, who has read 47 books at this moment. Congratulations to you. I know. None of the books was holy cow, but that was really interesting. And to 8th grader Bellamy Martin, shocker, who has read 25. Princess Bride out there, Bellamy, as you wish. It still says me. Way to go. Keep reading, and that's not just me. We still have until next Friday, March 1st, to show our reading prowess. I read the book myself. More totals will be available tomorrow. Back to you, Grace.
Thanks. Here are some team and homeroom totals for you. Let's start with the homerooms. Leading the 6th grade is Mr. Lenz's homeroom, followed closely by Mrs. Kamschmidt's and Mrs. Trimbach's. Then for the 7th grade, Mrs. Workman's homeroom is leading Alessandro by 10 books. Once again, this is another close competition between these two homerooms. Then for 8th grade, Mr. Lipscomb's homeroom is leading the way, but Mrs. Cochran's is not far behind.
Which is interesting because Mr. Lenz's homeroom and I are matched up as like the team, the challenge. I'm with Mr. Lenz's room, and I did offer them a prize if we win. It's going to be expensive. All right, so just keep reading out there. I don't know how much a lot of ice cream is. We'll find out. All right, now for the team standings. With such strong numbers from Lenz, Kamschmidt, and Trimbach, Team 6-1 is leading the way on the 3rd floor. Team 7-2 is leading the way on the 2nd floor. Then for 8th grade, even though Lipscomb is leading the homeroom, Team 8-1 is leading the way on the 1st floor. If you didn't understand that, makes 2 of us. Mr. Lipscomb needs to get the rest of his team on board to catch Team 1.
Come on, Team 2. Let's do this.
You're representing. How have you been doing with that? All right.
Let's not talk about that.
Back to that.
Part of the purpose of our news broadcast is to inform about events, people, places, and objects. Today, we would like to share with you the importance of shortwave radio. Some of you may be asking, why would we need shortwave radio, much less a shortwave, Why would we need radio, much less a shortwave radio, when we have internet and cell phones?
That's a good question.
Yeah, when you say it right. According to the article titled, On the Importance of Shortwave Radio, radio signals come in from all over and from every direction. This means a person holding a pocket-sized radio with a basic antenna can hear broadcasts from around the world almost any time, day or night. The concept is so simple and yet so brilliant. Provide low-cost, reliable radios which can run on low batteries, AC power if available, or by cranking a built-in generator. These shortwave radios can be very useful in disaster-type situations. For instance, the people of West Africa relied on shortwave radio to communicate about the Ebola crisis. China uses shortwave radio broadcasts in times of natural disasters as well. Let's learn a little more about shortwave radio and its role history.
And while we do that, she will be having some oxygen to help her breathe after all of that to read.
Welcome to a short history of shortwave radio. See what I did there? I know, I'm clever. Anyways, you the viewer are probably thinking, what the heck is shortwave radio and why should I care? Well, allow me to explain. First of all, shortwave is a type of radio transmission that uses short radio frequencies, hence the name shortwave. It is used to broadcast to other countries or other parts of a large country. The way it works is that the waves are reflected by a layer of our planet's atmosphere called the ionosphere. This means that the waves could be transmitted from one place on Earth, angled to the sky, and reflected to anywhere in the world, no matter how far away. For example, a shortwave station in Egypt could easily reach a listener in Canada. The way that the listener would tune into the shortwave stations was by using a dial or keypad to get the specific shortwave frequency that matched the station they wished to listen to. The way the listener would identify the station they were listening to would be through short jingles called interval signals, short songs played by pianos, bells, glockenspiels, and sometimes instruments native to the station's country. Those instruments were widely used because they were easier to recognize even through the poor quality transmission. Here are two examples from Radio Ankara in Ankara, Turkey, and Voice of Tanganyika in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. Both of these signals are from the early 1960s.
Hii ni sauti ya Tanganyika ikiwa
Because shortwave was often poor quality due to the fact that they were transmitting to other countries far away, the stations would usually repeat signals or have an announcer after or during the signal's duration. Shortwave allowed for countries on completely different sides of the globe to stay in touch with each other at a time before the internet and high-quality long-distance phone calls existed.
Hier Radio Luxemburg, der große internationale Sender.
We will learn about shortwave radio tomorrow in part 2 as well.
Awesome. For lunch today, we will be having bacon cheeseburgers and potato chips. Nothing burps better than bacon. As well as vegetable medley. This alternate is chicken patty sandwiches. For lunch tomorrow, we will be having a rotisserie chicken leg, chizé potatoes, and steamed broccoli. The alternate is a pizza quesadilla. Remember, you can always fix yourself a salad or add fresh fruit to your lunch, insert air quotes. And now to Grace for the quote of the day.
The quote is, "The greatest danger for most of us is not that our aim is too high and we miss it, but that it is too low and we reach it."
So we never really reach as high as we can.
Full potential.
I love it. This has been fun. Have a great rest of the day, Bluebirds. We'll see you around the building.